what did I do to turn a hobby into a career? That was something that I did. It's really easy to go down that path and lose everything you love about this. The analytics drive everything. It's kind of like the tail wagging the dog. You'll burn yourself out if the tail is wagging the dog. If you're just chasing analytics, you don't want to be a bean counter, and you can't just be an artist. So how do you merge the two together?
Just listening with our conversation here and listen to other interviews you've done, analytics is something that's very important to you. You spoke about once how like you made like this 25-page report of your analytics, and you're looking at your stuff, and you're like really just trying to find the most smallest details of things like what is working, what isn't working here. How important is it for content creators on YouTube, or pretty much in any type of platform, to really look at their analytics and look at what your demographics are, you know, what's working, who's clicking away, who's coming to try to really kind of not only find, you know, what works numbers wise, but, you know, right there is the code for your success in many ways. It's right in front of you. Just got to kind of break it down and find it. I mean, how important is that in your journey, you find?
Like I would say that was huge in my journey, in like my ride. Like if you ask the question, what did I do to have the success that I had? What did I do to turn a hobby into a career? That was something that I did that changed the format of my entire channel. That was summer 2018 is when I did that project you just talked about. I realized YouTube was going somewhere, so I took like a kind of intensive mentorship program that I paid money for and everything, and had some guidance. And so as part of that, we're doing some of this analytics, and like I really took it seriously. And it, transformed my channel. So it's, what did I do to have the success that I had? That's what I did. I wish I did more of that now, but some of it, like I have enough success, and some of it you have enough intuition that you kind of can just see it and feel it a little bit. I need to do that as like it's something I probably should do annually, is do like a real good, spend a week doing a deep dive. Let's figure like what's the best for the future of my channel. But it kind of depends on what your actual goals are.
Right.
Because it's really easy to go down that path and lose everything you love about this. And I have conversations with people, and as much as I'll say, dive into your analytics, look at your click-through rate, figure out which thumbnails work, and do all that fun stuff. Or maybe not so fun stuff, depending on how you're wired. I've talked with other people, and they're like, it's not about what they actually want, video they actually want to make. It's not about how they want to talk about it. The analytics drive everything. It's kind of like the tail wagging the dog. And you'll burn yourself out if the tail is wagging the dog. If you're just chasing analytics, that's not the way to do it. But if you've got something, you figured out, you're passionate about it, and it's kind of working, you go, okay, how do I really turn this into, like, turbocharge the growth? You can dive it, like Google, they really are Skynet. They track everything, they know everything, and they share it with you. And their whole algorithm for recommendations, like you click on YouTube, the page comes up and there's that fraction of a second where there's nothing there, and then it populates it. That's their learning computers, like studying your viewing history and what's performing that day and trying to do its best guess as to what you're likely to click on. And so they share all that with creators, every information they have. And if you can merge together that data with your passion and your skills and find the sweet spot between what the data tells you and what you actually want to do and what you're actually good at, you can just grow so quickly. But you don't want to be a slave to the analytics. And so that's the tricky compromise in all of it, that you don't want to burn out over dissecting every last thing. Like there has to be that humanity to it. There has to, you don't want it to just be, you don't want to be a bean counter, and you can't just be an artist. So how do you merge the two together that has that artistic passion that you have with the practical data that they give you? So like what the big one I do right now is a very high percentage of my videos, I make 5 thumbnails and they have A/B testing. And so then like I'm putting 3 thumbnails in there. So click-through rate is huge. And what do people actually click on? And so that's the big one where like analytics and playing the game. But some of it's because it goes back to what I said. I just like to create things. So like creating 3 thumbnails and figuring out which one people click on the most and going, okay, now this next thumbnail I'm making, what did I learn from the last one? And that kind of iterating process with immediate feedback. And this didn't work, this did work. And some of it's just really interesting. And it is analytics, but it has a little bit more of an artistic flair to it with a practical application. This thumbnail won, so we're going to do more like this.